This is part 2 of translating assembly code to Python. In this video, we're going to look at the compare and the jump assembly language instructions. This is a list of all of the instructions that we'll be using in our course. In this video, we will look at compare and the various jumps. The compare command sets the comparison register CCR. In fact, it is the only command that we have that sets the comparison register. If the contents of the memory address specified is greater than the register, then the CCR is set to 100. If the contents are equal, it's set to 010. If the contents of memory address X is smaller than the contents of the register, the CCR is set to 001. We will typically precede the compare by a load. The various jump commands can change the program counter. This means that jumps can change the flow of the program. We can use jumps to construct for loops and if statements. The plain jump command unconditionally changes the program counter to the address specified. So whatever we specified right after jump is what the program counter will become. The jump GT, the jump greater than, looks at the CCR. If the CCR contains the value 100, then the jump GT instruction will change the program counter to whatever value we specify at X. If the CCR has a value other than 100, then the program counter is not changed. Jump EQ. If the result of a prior compare set the CCR to 010, then a jump EQ will change the program counter to the address specified. If the CCR has a value other than 010, then the program counter is not changed. Jump LT, or jump less than. If a prior compare set the CCR to 001, then the jump LT will change the program counter to the address specified after the instruction. If the CCR has a value other than 001, then the program counter is not changed. Let's see how this works. The load command is going to take the contents of 100, our variable A, and put it into the register R. We're then going to compare it to B. So we're going to see how B compares to A. If B is larger than A, if the contents of 101 are larger than the contents of 100, if B is greater than A, then we're going to jump from instruction 2 down to instruction number 5, and we will print out A. If B is less than A, we're going to jump to line 7 and print out B. If the two of them are equal, we'll also go to line 7 and print out B. Turns out that this becomes an if statement. We're going to load A and we're going to compare B. And we're going to see that if it's greater than, so if B is greater than A, we're going to go to line 5, which says out. So we're going to print 100, which is A. Else, if it's less than or equal to, that's our else, we're going to go to line 7. And we'll print out B. That's it for this video. In our next video, we'll be looking at translating Python to assembly code. If you have any questions, please ask.